welcome back, hunters. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Call of the Wild, the Hunter, and Askiy Ridge, the latest DLC. So, last episode did go a little bit slow and long for how things went. It's because I did mess up that one the one bow shot against the wolf way up north. But we are trying to work to this little spot here, so my thinking is maybe we'll actually try going down, and maybe take this footpath off into the bush a bit, and then just keep hiking from the bush there for it. I don't want to take an ATV or anything like that quite yet, just because, yes, they do get us around very quick, but it is a case of, like, a lot of game will probably be spooked, and we might not see anything if we do take it out and about. So what we're going to do is basically just go on foot, keep using the mix of the rifle we were given at the start of this DLC. Let me actually bring that up quickly. Alright, forget everything's in all this menu here. Yeah, that Perrier Outrider 3030 and the recurve bow. One thing I need to be very careful of is going slower when it comes to, like, having opportunities for taking shots and minding my zero in the bottom right. Because with the zeroing skill we've got, we have 50 meter, 100 meter, and 150 for, like, what we can kind of set the zero of our sights on. So I think the issue is I'm too fast when I get the opportunity sometimes, and I screw up in making, like, bad shots with that. As we saw with that wolf we tried going after. And it could have been an easy lung shot, but I had messed that up. So what I think we're going to do is we'll set the marker for right down there. Follow this down because it's not all that far. And then hopefully see about cutting up to the northeast a bit with that footpath. Oh, okay, so I didn't want to whistle there. I was trying to see if I had free look, because I actually can't remember if Call of the Wild, the Hunter does have a free look option. I know the Hunter Classic has one. Yeah, we got a headlamp. Oh, maybe we don't have a way to have, like, a free look as we're walking. Because it's basically something where you press it and then you can look all around with your head and such, but your character will keep moving in relation to, like, how you were. See, it doesn't look like there is one for Call of the Wild. I thought that'd just be something to take in the sights a little bit better, because, again, the map is gorgeous, and I do love the Western Canada settings that there are here. And it seems like we may have... Oh, okay. So we do have a few mountain goats here. I'm kind of tempted to go for that guy right there, but I just want to take a moment to see... I think as long as I don't do anything more, I might get an easier chance at it. I just want to give it a moment in case there's anything else with it. No, it looks like it is just the two. I'm not seeing any other movement further back. I mean, they are right beside a lot of bush there. But yeah, these are a species that I can't really call into us, so I won't get a better shot with the bow unless I want to go, like, really slow and sneak up to it. And after the last episode with that one bad shot, I'm kind of leaning maybe we should just use the rifle for this go. Yeah, he's basically just at about... Okay, now I'm trying to remember, what is my... There we go. I was trying to remember what my hold breath was. I haven't gone back to Way of the Hunter, which I know uses a different one, but for whatever reason, I drew a blank on it. I can't remember if it was shift to hold breath or space to hold breath. I'm so used to space being like you jump in games or you dodge or whatever. Kind of got me a moment there. But that is our first mountain goat of Askiy Ridge. Now, it did say its difficulty was very easy, so this might just be like a bronze or a silver, but we'll take a look and see anyway. And again, with how easy it can be to use the rifle in the hunting games, that's kind of where I like having the bow as something almost to add more engagement with it. No, we've had bighorn sheep up here too, or at least passing through the area, so maybe we'll even get one of those. I'm also going to try not to divide my focus and be too greedy. Like, the first episode, I could have probably either gotten that mountain elk or gotten that bighorn sheep, but in wanting to try to get both, I lost both. So we'll try to keep our sights set on just one species if we have, like, multiple options come our way. But I'm actually... I didn't think it hit the heart, but I guess it was close enough that does register was a hard hit. But either way, that was a pretty nice one to get. Only a silver. But something else also just made a call as we were harvesting him. Now, it sounded more like a bird of some kind, so... I'm just going to head down the slope, get back to the road, and we'll keep going along to see. That's definitely why you want to keep your ears open for... Oh yeah, it's just a dusky grouse. We'll leave it be. Eventually, we might want to go for one or something, but for now, I think we are good to keep our focus on to the objective we've got in mind, and also anything that we get as, like, opportunities along the way. It does seem like you almost start off in, like, almost like in the middle of the reserve. Which is a bit of an interesting choice for, like, where they decide to put you. Okay, yeah, so those are very old. We'll probably not see any bighorn sheep for a while. Or maybe we'll hear a call or something. But we'll just keep following the road down because we are nearing towards that footpath off. And then once we hit that, we can go for some... We can see where that takes us into. Oh, and dusky grouse coming back up the way we came from. So I'm trying to think of what other animals we have to really go for. Oh, actually, you know what? Perfect way to check that is actually in the mission log. Because we do have, yeah, Albertan Apex. So we still have a black bear to get of gold, beavers to find, moose, wood bison, caribou, whitetail prong. There's a lot of species still to actually see and go after. And I think in trying to make up the thumbnail and find, like, a good, logo, or, like, to find the nice logo for the reserve to put on the thumbnail, I think this DLC actually has one of the most, highest amount of huntable species on it for all the DLCs that the Hunter Call of the Wild offers. Because I think it's 19 total, and that is quite a bit of animals to go after. It's one of the cases where, if you are looking for, like, the DLC that offers, like, the most content of, like, new things to go after or hunt or stuff, I would probably recommend this. I was like, so far, I know it's only the first week in, but it's a gorgeous... Ooh. Okay, we're not going to move. We're going to give it a moment, because I think he probably heard us with, yeah, probably heard us by walking. So I'm just going to try to give a moment of quiet, let it calm down, move to calm again. Again, be a little bit more slower and careful about how I do stuff. Haste makes waste, which is very true in a hunting game. It's not like run and gun for shooters or anything else like that. We don't need the... I don't need to be playing like how I was with Abyssus, where just, like, trying to do everything super mobile and such. Here, this is about patience and precision. I have a little bit of congestion this morning, so that's probably why it's making it a little hard to say certain words like patience or precision. It sounded like it just came from over the ridge or such there. Now, it could just be the other one that we'd scared off. I'm just going to try to go slow until we do have, like, possible visuals. Again, we're in no rush to reach any destination. I'm letting these videos be however long they want to be, and just enjoying every moment out here on. Or, well, every moment of the hunt. But this is one of the cases where I think the Hunter Call of the Wild really shines above Way of the Hunter, is you can truly play however you want to, and you don't have to worry too much about the details. Okay, that was just a maiden call. Oh. Okay, so I don't think I should be able to have spotted him kind of like that with how much of him is through the terrain. But at least it's good to know that he's not, like, attentive or spooked or anything. It is only 2 stars, so I'm kind of curious if I could get close enough to go for a shot on... Oh, nope. Stopping. Now, I would have expected the mountain goats to stay more in, like, little herds. But yeah, with you see how he's alert right now. That's where I want to make sure we don't move and we don't, like, do... Oh. Okay, fling. So, I don't think the wind gave us away, but I think I could have probably have tried to crouch down further. But I actually don't mind him running off too much. Again, he is pretty low scoring. He was the guy in an awkward spot for us to try to get the shot off on. I was more so curious if there was anybody around him I could have gone for, but there wasn't really anything else that I seemed to have seen or even heard, like, making calls. So I guess it was just, like, a lone little guy on his own. A bit redundant for wording, but that's all it was. So we'll keep going, and I probably should also try to peek over the hill this way, too, because, again, we have a nice line of sight for a little way with being on the elevated spot we are. I'm not expecting to really see too much through the tree line, but you never know. Sometimes just glassing every now and then, and you'll pick things out that you didn't realize could have been there. Oh. Case in point, we got a mountain goat just coming her way down. But she looks to be the only one over there. Yeah, I thought they would stay in, like, little herds. Like, not anything more than, say, 3 or 4 individuals, but... a little odd to see her just on her own up there. More grouse tracks. And not really seeing anybody else up ahead on their own along the road. I don't really... I guess the goat kept running off somewhere else. We're going to keep going along the road and just go and take a peek over this little ridge and see. Probably one of the things I really should do, too, with glassing is actually stop moving myself. And that way, if there is any motion, it's a little easier to pick out when we are glassing around with binoculars or the rangefinder. So that way, movement will stand out a little bit more if there is any. But we'll keep following the road down south and hopefully reach that spot before too long. I figure this week, if I do get sidetracked so much we don't actually reach the destination in mind, then I'll just grab an ATV and we'll go for a quick focus on the mission there. I kind of want to get, with this being a hunting series, jump right into the hunting stuff, and then we can always kind of mix up having the half of going for the story missions and goals and stuff in its own time, as well as getting our hunts along the way too, if we can. Northern pintail, so we got duck species on the map. And how am I actually doing for funds? Okay, I've got 115,000, which, as much as it sounds like a lot, I think some of the firearms are like 48,000, so it's not as much as you would actually think it is by that. And yeah, they're pretty way off there, so I don't think we'll get any... If we keep going along the road, maybe we'll get a glimpse through the trees here up to where that call came from, but as of right now, I think it's going to be too dense for us to really see. But again, this is my vibe. This is my aesthetic. This is the environment that I just love being in. Snowy forest. You got the little bit of snow layers onto the pine trees. You can see through the tree trunks a bit. It's just one of those ones. It's probably also why I really like Long Dark too, where it's also where if you can get like into a cabin or by a fire somewhere that kind of feels that cozy, homely, frontier sort of vibe to it. Yeah, less than 100 meters out from where we want to be, and then we'll probably be able to start up along that footpath and see where that goes. I don't know if it'll take us to like any structure or building, or it's just like a little trail out to that little lake that it ends off at. But yeah, there's this little water body, and that's basically it up until that point there. And though we have a gap in the trees, that's a little bit too tall of a ridge to look over. Although if we are curving with the path, we might actually get another view up there. Be able to see in case... Oh! Okay, so we do have a bit more up there. Although it looks like it's all females. There might be one male in the group, but it's kind of hard to focus on the one I want to. It's just behind her. Yeah, there's that one laying... Okay, no, it's just a group of full females. Yeah, we'll leave them all be. We don't have anything to go off of for them. Although... not marked all that well, but I think this is the trail in question we want to go along. Although it is also getting a little late too, so I guess maybe we'll get a bit of night hunting in. Now, night hunting in... I think in both games there are a few things to mine for it. I think it is easier to be hidden by the animals, and I don't think your headlamps will give you a way to them. I hope not, at least. But there's also the case of, unless you have, like, your headlamp and your field of vision over a track, you won't see them outside of it. So think of almost like... No, did that come from further up? No, I'm thinking it's still from that group there. But basically, think of, like, if you can kind of see how there's, like, the circular shape of the headlamp. Anything outside that circle probably won't show up that's actually a track if you do come across it. Like, yeah, prime example. I'm looking this way, there's nothing there. But if I bring it over, you suddenly see the track, and gone again. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind with night hunting. I don't think I'll worry about going to examine that. I think instead what we'll do is we'll just keep along this route and see what it leads to. I doubt there's going to be something like an outpost or a little camp there at the end of it, but we'll just keep on our way and see and listen for anything. It does seem to be pretty early evening, too. It is only 18:43, so it's basically 6:45 at night. Oh, we've got pheasants on the map. I have to keep that in mind. And we'll take a little peek at these tracks here as we keep going. And whitetail. Okay, that is just a doe, so we're not really going to be too mindful of that, but we at least know we're into deer country again. I don't think we really found all that much deer tracks when it came to being too far north, so maybe there's something more in the south of the map. Well, we'll keep on our way. It is a little bit of a way to go, so I'm just going to place the waypoint to see. Yeah, we got over a kilometer to hike, so it will take a little bit of time to get out there. But hopefully we get something along the way, like call-outs, or even just see something moving that we can use to kind of break up the slow pacing. You know what? I think I'm actually going to remove that waypoint, just so that way it's not blocking our field of vision ahead. I don't think there's anything down the slope, but I figured I'd just stop and take a quick check. I think as we brush some of the branches I've heard, and kind of sound like something could be to that side. And nothing up that opening in the slope there. I'm just going to try to get a view from up here looking down. Again, it's kind of hard to say what we could expect to see. We're pretty brand new to the full map. But since we are kind of near the mountains, We could come across more mountain goats. We might hear the bighorn sheep. Not really sure what all to expect for possibly in the area. So we'll just go on our way and hope we don't come across anything that... Hopefully no wolf packs and... Black bears, I don't think we have to worry about too much. They do keep them pretty similar to how they'd be in real life, where they're more timid than, like, to get provoked and go after you. The wolf packs definitely are far more aggressive than they probably should be. Unless, like, say they implement something where it's like they can actually get kills or, like, carcasses spawn on the maps and they kind of have, like, a territorial effect around them. And it's like how they came after us last week is definitely out of the behavior you'd expect. Okay, I think it was in-game, but I want to check and see. So I thought I heard something rumbling a little bit, one side. But now... Maybe it wasn't actually in-game. Okay, we'll keep going up along and see. I have to check something between the videos to see what's going on. Yeah, I think with basically being along this corridor that we are, there's not too much I can do besides continue along it and see if we hear anything. I could try stopping to glass both up and down the slope, but it is a little thick for trees here, so I don't think we'll have much that we'll actually be able to spot through it all. Unless we basically get, like, a lucky view of, like, say, spotting the animal, even though I don't see it. I don't think there'll be too much that we'll really have for... encounters for a little while. Yeah, we're getting a bit thick here, but that's not too bad. We'll just keep on our way, and hopefully, as we get closer to here, we'll see a little... We'll see a little more change of something soon. Yeah, nothing behind me. Oh! Okay. We got some mountain goats out and about. Oh yeah, the wind is blowing right at them, so I'm not surprised that they got alerted to me here. But that might actually just be the same group of females that we saw further or way back at the turnoff there. But I was going to say, for like the rumblings I thought I've been hearing, there is a bit of sidewalk work being done in my area, so I'm trying to keep mindful of that. And that's probably where most of the rumblings and lower sounds are coming from that I'm hearing. Yeah, I think we'll aim for this episode once we can... Oh, there is something up there. We'll at least aim for trying to hit that lake, and once we hit there, we'll probably end the first episode of the week there. I was hoping for maybe a little bit more game to find on the way, but it's not really something we can deliberately go and find. It's more so we have to just hope that we cross paths with it. Okay, no, it's... I thought it was, like, outside the game, but maybe it's not. Huh. Now we got some tracks of something at least. I thought we had. It was like they just vanished on us. Ducks flying by. Yeah, now we're getting into later evening. It's... Okay, just some kind of geese. Yeah, it sounds like things are moving around me. The only thing I can guess is maybe as we're passing by the trees, although it doesn't look like it, we're brushing branches, and that's what's making some of the sounds. Because it is weird. It's almost sounding like something is rumbling just to our left or right. But we've had no warning calls or anything going out as if, like, it's an animal nearby. And what do we got over here? Oh, pheasants. Yeah, they're all from just the same animal, so we don't have to check the others. Oh, you know what? It could, maybe it's been pheasants in the woods around us. Pheasants there. Anything on the slope up there? I don't really see anything, but ooh. That's quite the moon on the rise out there. Yeah, we know this is a feed zone for those. No. Just spotted through the darkness, although another group of just females. I guess we got pretty lucky finding the couple of bachelors we did along the way down. Now, one thing that I think could be neat to have added to a hunting game, and it's only been done in, I think, one hunting game I've seen, is prehistoric hunt having the predatory species actually do hunt down prey. Like, I know it's not the most fluid of systems, I guess, to kind of say for prehistoric hunt. It's basically a case of, like, it'll bite one, and it'll keep running and bite until the animals eventually go down, but to have that, like, ecological food chain in place, I think would add a lot for a hunting game, just to possibly see things like that happen. But I think probably what they would have to do for it is they would need to put criteria of only certain animals can be, like, prey species. As in, like, say, animals of scoring so much or less are the only ones who will ever be hunted. So that way it doesn't feel like you'll miss out on a trophy because something else killed it before you could see it or find it. Have that little bit of touch of gameplay mechanic to round out the experience so it doesn't feel too bad if you do miss or don't get something. And actually quite a bit of tracks around here, which I guess makes sense. This is basically like a watering hole for the mountains. Okay, she was in a trot. I'll just get down by the lake and take a little look around. I'm not expecting to really find anything here. But you never know, too. And we are getting close. Maybe we'll actually try to go to that question mark, just see what that is. I kind of actually want it to be an outpost, so that way I could be able to change times that way. We have a little bit better luck out hunting and roaming. But I don't know if it will be one. It could be a lookout tower. It could just be like a hunting blind or something. But we are at least closing in on the... Oh. Okay, that actually might be an outpost. Because, like, that's quite a structure to have out here all on its own. That it might just be for, decoration. So yeah, we'll see about getting to that. Oh. Almost looks like a light way out in the distance there. It's a little camp or town or something's out there. I don't actually know if we'd be able to reach that. Possibly. But yeah, I'm curious. It is an outpost. Or like a camp or a lodge or something. So that is really nice. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of night hunting. I think if you could set yourself up in a certain spot, it probably lanes better to than like how I like to roam and stalk for things. But if you want to be more stationary, set up like have a blind, have decoys, have baits or something, then I think night hunting is probably where you'll have a good outcome with it. But there we go. Got ourselves a new outpost claimed. And again, just that cozy feeling of like a warm log cabin coming in out of the cold, the moon rising out in the back there. Yeah, I'm loving this map already. It is just gorgeous and beautiful. And we got a little cache. Oh, gun safe. If we want to change out our stuff, we can. God, I would love a place like this. Like, just as a house. It's like kitchen, everything, little loft and spot to sleep. Yeah, this is a really, really nice area. Can I go on the balcony? Aw, they don't let you go out on the balcony. Okay, I'll probably change time next episode, just so that way we do have... Looks like there's only one door... Oh. Oh. Although it's kind of interesting that... like, the wolf made a morning call, even though we were inside there. Yeah, I think we want the 420 green. So I think wolves are class 6. Just see if I can get something else in for today's episode. Yeah, see if maybe I can try the predator caller. Just see if we can pull something in. Maybe I'll even use the rifle, just so that way we know. That we'll be able to get it. Because I don't want to have another long track like last episode was. I mean, you never want to have that situation where you don't get a vital and it's a long, long stalk or trek to try to find the animal, so... We'll see if we are able to pull something in. It does say the range of this is 200 meters, so I think it should be able to pull something in. I also don't know of, like, how many wolves it could be with that warning call that went out. Well, we're in a pretty good spot of cover. We're well hidden. The wind is completely... Oh. Oh, just a can of goose flying by. We're in a nice bit of cover here that we can't be seen all that well. The wind's at our wind's blowing at us, and the animals are ahead of us, so they shouldn't be able to pick us up at all through that. We won't be doing much movement, so we won't make much noise. I think all we basically have to do is kind of wait it out and see if we do bring anything in. But then we are in a good position to then, next episode, just straight up to that. And I think we've got another outpost and lookout spot, because that's binoculars on top as well. Oh, I'm kind of tempted to also look, because I don't know if the wolves... We got the warning call from down, like, in the front of the cabin, so there could be, like, the full ridge there that they might not be able to actually get a way up to where we're calling from, but... I could try to see about going for him. I do have the rangefinder let me know as we're getting close to the 60-meter mark as well on him. Yeah, looks like we got him. And I think we got that one too. Oh, maybe not that one. Oh, no, yeah, we did. It looked like it took a while for the arrow to register that it actually did connect to it. Yeah, so you know what? I don't know if the wolves would be close at all. It could be the case of, like, they called from down into a little bit of a valley off of up here. So we're just going to go collect these guys, or well, this pair, and then head back up into the outpost and end the episode there for today. Start next episode, we'll change time day to dawn, so that way we have a nice full day ahead of ourselves, and continue hunting along from there. Yeah, without hearing any more like wolf calls or warning calls right now, I don't think the wolves actually got drawn in by the little bit I was doing there. Oh, and there's actually a gold grouse. How close to... Just above gold, so I don't think we'll worry about making a trophy of that one, so we'll just do that. This one we know is a female, so probably isn't going to be more than the bronze, if that. No, actually was a silver. I got a better hit on her than the other one, but we'll take her. And now head back up to the cozy cabin and end things off for today. Might not have gotten the most hunting done, but we covered a lot of ground to open us up into... Oh, hang on. Light go off. There's even an aurora on the map. Yeah, I think Askiy Ridge is my favorite DLC for the Hunter class, or the Hunter Call of the Wild. I'm actually kind of surprised there's also, like, a background music, too. But it is very fitting and... this just feels superb to play. Come across a little spot like this, the bright moon on the rise, the aurora dancing above. I do not think I could ask for anything more. This is just fantastic. Nice spot in the shadow of a mountain. I wish I could sit on this chair and just, like, rock a little bit and enjoy the sights, but don't quite have that much interactivity I can do with things. And yeah, a wonderful window to look out and see. Okay, I'm going to stop gushing, and we'll end this episode of The Hunter Call of the Wild here for today. Thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of the series. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. Until I see you all next video episode, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.